This is Ola Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written two powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number One Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. On a day, welcome back. Yes, let's get to some trendy stories today. Welcome back. Keeping up with Regina and Ned Nwoko. Shout out to all the sponsors. Thank you for always supporting the platform. Always hit the like button. Thank you for everybody that continue to support the platform. Always hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. So let's talk about Regina. Apparently Regina has decided to respond to Ned Nwoko. If you're not familiar with their news, I will tell you to go ahead and watch some other. We've been covering this for a while. She's a young 20-something-year-old lady that mistakenly or intentionally got with the old man. At least he was 60 at the time, and that marriage has since scattered since then. She joined a team of wives. I think she was the fifth or sixth wife, something like that. So Ola, why don't you find out what the actual information is so that you can at least quote the right? I don't care. Okay, stop. I only care about the lessons that I care to share with the Prestige family. And our job here is to extract lessons, relationship life lessons from trendy topics, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so Regina Daniel has been struggling. Okay, she's been struggling ever since she left Paned. Paned does not want her to go. That's obvious by now, but they're doing back and forth. At this point, I think it's fair to call it back and forth. Although I think in terms of who is talking the most, who is making the most statements, I don't know. I think Paned is probably winning. But correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Let me know what you think about that. But this is what she had to say. I saw this on Instablog Nigeria earlier on. It says the actress Regina Daniel addresses her estranged husband, Ned Nwoko, following his alleged arrest of her friend. So we reported yesterday that some friends were possibly arrested. She's confirmed that a friend called Anne had been arrested. So she posted this on her story. It seems like it says, my dearest best friend was arrested yesterday, which makes me wonder what exactly is the problem with my ex. Okay, so allegedly, reportedly, Paned is getting people arrested because his wife dumped him. That doesn't look good, right? And then she goes, I hate to believe or further promote the idea of the Nigerian police force lack of credibility. I fear for Anne's safety as all of this are not being done legally. How did the case of domestic violence get overshadowed by drug addiction and now theft? Okay, because Paned is claiming that they stole some $40,000 from him, according to Regina. So she continues to say he previously accused Anne, which he referred to as tiny devilish Anne, and of being a drug supplier. Now that I took a bold step to clear that without fighting him, he comes up with theft. At the time, I thought some people were speculating that who is Anne? Who is Anne? A friend? Some shadow? What is going on here, right? But apparently, this is an actual human being that has been arrested now. You have lived the best part of your life. Why do you want mine to revolve around chaos? Hey, I know somebody's going to be like, you want to have your cake and eat it too. Remember, you wanted to fly. You wanted to cry in a private jet. You'd rather cry in a private jet than cry on the keke napep. May God forgive you if you're saying things like that too. So she continues. She says, Senator Ned Nwoko, after eventually being I don't know what are your theft allegations, beating your theft allegations, what else do you have up your sleeve or your red cap? Does this give you climax? Wow. And then she goes on to say, I can literally write a whole lot. Let me see here. So I can really write a whole book on this countless frustration privately, publicly, without repeating the same detail. Because I love writing, but that might just be me playing into his game. Oh, she's like, maybe I should stop replying to everything, right? It is now clear that he enjoys this social media banter, or should I say entertainment, but to what end, Ned? All right. welcome. Do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Hello, Danielle. Good to see you, Danielle. All right. So she said, to what end? Let's see what the comments are saying. Somebody said, to leave marriage, con hard pass court. I know. I've been telling people, I said, hey, somebody wants to leave, let them go. It's a life skill. Let them go. The faster you let them go, the better the quality of your life. With or without them coming back to you. Okay, let them go. Easier said than done. Nonetheless, highly rewarding. That's exactly what you need to be doing. Anything that seems difficult, but you can think it through. I said, this might be the best bet for me. Trying to hold human beings hostage in the name of marriage simply does not work in this time and age. Okay, so I'm going to share more about those lessons with you, but just know this and know peace. Let them go. If they want out, let them go. Make an arrangement. Come up with something that works for both of you. If you have children together, come up with a co-parent. Cry at night. Do whatever you have to do to get over it. Move on as fast as you can. Your whole life is ahead of you. You're lowering the quality of your life, holding on to people that want to dump you. Just let them do their dumping. Keep it moving. By the way, most likely is good riddance to bad rubbish. Okay? Most likely. Okay? Why? Because nobody is perfect. So some people will point fingers at you because they want to dump you, and they will call you names, and they will try to shatter your image and all this kind of stuff. That's naturally going to happen if you are severing a romantic relationship. People can do better. I know you think people should do better. Okay, the word is should. It's fantasy. The reality most times is not that. Okay, so just again, know this and know peace. Know this and know peace. Somebody said, I feel so sorry for Anyoma people. See what your senator is using their office to do. Okay, but this one now is, well, okay, it's Regina talking. She's the one talking though. I always address the person talking. So it's not Panet talking this time around. Okay, but she's responding. See your reaction. See, here's another life skills. Your reactions are actions you are responsible for. Your reactions are actions you need to hold yourself accountable for. Okay, it is very easy to point fingers at the things you're reacting to. Be guided. At the end of the day, be guided, because you're a human being. Other people are human beings. Everybody can claim they are reacting to something. Self-regulate yourself, hold yourself, and do what you need to do to improve the quality of your life. You do not, as an adult, you do not get to point fingers, especially if you're a man. Women can kind of get away with that quite a bit, but if you're a man, you don't get away with, she made me do it. I'm sorry, that's not going to fly. Okay, so sorry, that's not going to fly. You need a little bit more that they made you do it. Okay, you're responsible for that. All right, so let's keep going. Let's see. Somebody said there's a legend who is just reading comments without writing anything. How are you, boss? Do you use something cold or unkwabi with red wine? Nice point. All right. Somebody said first Christmas without his favorite wife. I understand. First Christmas, it's not easy. Oh, breakfast is not easy to chop. It's not easy. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are about this. Maybe you guys can update me around what's going on. But right now, I just want to focus on the lessons. Lessons, let go, and let God. That is not a kumbaya talk. It's not a religious talk. If you think that's a religious talk, you're probably going to end up in the loser's box. You will be spending too much time on BS. Let me read Her Royal Majesty's comment. Says, this man is the reason abused women murder their partners. Honestly, who forces marriage like this? He is not even scared of his in-laws as if he owns her life. Shame on the Nigerian government. Well. Let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you for sharing that opinion. I appreciate you. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Let's move on to some other trendy stories around the world. I'll be right back. This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here. Welcome back. According to Punch Nigeria News, Asake reunites with family after rift. Let's just go through this real quick. All right, so family feud is a major. It trickles down into your personal lives, your personal romantic relationship lives, and things like that. So this was published on Punch Nigeria News a few days ago. Shout out to Asake. Asake is making Nigeria proud around the world. Singing in indigenous languages and just popping everywhere internationally. Shout out to Asake. Popular Nigerian singer Ahmed Ololade, popularly known as Asake, has reconciled with his father, daughter, and baby mama following weeks of public criticism over alleged abandonment. The reconciliation comes months after the artist was called out on social media for reportedly neglecting his family after rising to fame and wealth. Earlier in 2025, Asake came under heavy fire after his baby mama Adijat accused him of abandoning her and their daughter despite her support during his early struggles. In March 2025, his father Fatai Odunsi, a stroke survivor, also publicly accused the singer of neglect, a development that further fueled outrage among fans. And fans are always going to say what they're going to say. These people, they claim to know everything, and they don't learn anything from all the stories rather than to drag the characters. But oh well. So anyway, let's see here. It says, following the backlash, Asake reportedly reached out to his father and pledged to take responsibility for his medical bills as well as provide him with a new home. A trending photography of the singer with his father, which surfaced online on Friday morning, has now signaled a return to harmony between them. Same thing with the picture with him and his child, with the baby mother, I think. The development comes just days after reports emerged that Asake had also reunited with his daughter and her mother. Exactly. Bringing an apparent end to the family rift that had played out in the public space. All right, so why am I covering this? I wanted to cover this because, a lot of people, they think their partner is at fault. They think the problem in their marriage, in their relationship is... they think somebody is not being kind. They think they're fat. But if you start doing some work, if you actually start working on yourself, you might start realizing that your problem is deeply rooted. No eyes. Hello. You will find out that your problem is deeply rooted just beyond what you're looking at on the surface. It's not always as simple as what it seems like on the surface. This is true with everything in life. This is not just some this is not just about romantic relationships. This is just true about everything in life. What you are seeing what you tend to make up most of your opinions from are usually surface, tip of the iceberg, just surface stuff, you know. And most people are too lazy to do the groundwork, you know. So I wanted to highlight this as a story that goes beyond just, you know, I think it's fantastic that he's doing what he's doing. Somebody said, but how do you know that's what he's doing? I don't know. But from what I can see right now, I like it, because the reality is the father came out, dragged him, and said, hey, abandonment, the baby mother, all this. It is very, very easy to say, okay, to hell with all y'all. Okay, we've seen examples like that. You see 50 Cent, okay, you see 50 Cent has no relationship with his son. There was somebody recent times, okay, it's Brian McKnight with both of his sons, and then in the middle of all that rift, the son passed away. And even after the son passed away, he's still blaming the other son and the mother for potentially murdering the boy. Coconut Head doesn't start big like that. It doesn't start grand like that. Sometimes you start with simple things. Something like an unfair accusation against you. Like you, it is very difficult to look at your blessings, to look at what you could be grateful about. It is super difficult to look at things around you, because you know, it's easy to see all the things that are wrong, because they're usually right there in your face, you know. So that's why I'm pointing this out. I think kudos to him. I think it's a beautiful thing that he went back wherever he did. And as you can notice, another thing I noticed, that there was no rush about this, right? He probably had been having conversations, but there was no rush to jump out to the internet and start to do shalaye for the general public. The general public, they don't care. They don't care. The general public, yeah, including me, yeah. There's only so much I can care.
Don't care, don't care, don't care, still don't care. I don't care, I don't care.
Hey, Ice is you, sorry. Your name, okay, I think it's YouTube Sports. I'm looking at your username. Ice, how you do? Yeah. So that's the thing. The topic is on the screen. That's the thing. So I think, again, look at the things that are easy to do from an emotional standpoint, right? It's easy to say, somebody accused you wrongly. That's unfair. And then you start fighting unfairness. And I understand that. I understand it's easy to do that, but refrain from doing that. Don't do that. That's what losers do. They jump, like they're always fighting against unfairness. You know, unless you are an activist, like a human rights activist or something, of course, fight against unfairness. But if we're talking about your personal relationships, don't fight against unfairness. You're not a loser, okay? Instead, be the leader of that situation. Take advantage of that crisis. Take that advantage to solve a problem. Because if you solve that problem, you can sell it for a fee, okay? Not only that, you can use that, forget the money. Money is short term, right? You can use that to equip yourself in preparation for other types of relationship in your life at the end of the day. And family is everything. Don't be so quick to cast your family away because you feel like something has been unfair. The only thing I will ask you for is safety first. If it involves anything physical, yes, or it sounds smelling like that, then of course protect yourself first, safety first. But if we're talking about your opinion against mine, or even things that you might consider, well, is toxic, or like, make sure that you are not the one that's toxic. That's all I'm saying. Just make sure you're not the one that's the toxic one in that equation, because toxic tends to attract toxic. Okay, and who cares? Again, that's your relationship. If you still have a little bit of room there where you can actually work on that relationship, where you can take some time off, how about that? It's okay to take time off, because sometimes you need to breathe so you can know what is happening, you know. But let me read this comment real quick. Let's see. Ice says, let me pull this up. I think he has grown up. Yes. Good for him, but applying wisdom is key. Very, very important. It's not every relationship you need to save. Let's be clear about that. I'm just saying, most people are just spending most of their life fighting against unfairness in their personal relationship. That's key. That's key in what I'm saying. Your personal relationship, you're fighting against unfairness. be careful. I'm just saying be careful. It looks good on the surface, okay? You can justify it. Of course you can justify it. But I'm telling you that losers can often justify a lot of things, okay? Do me a favor, hit the like button. Let's move on to some other trendy story around the world. Yes, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I'll be right back. This is Ola, Man of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here. Welcome back. Let's talk about Kandi Burruss files for parenting and money hearing and made divorce. Let's look at this report on the Shade Room. Do me a favor, if you're getting value for what I do here, always make sure you hit the like button. Thank you. If you don't hit the like button, that's why you see our numbers are stagnant. If you hit the like button, it shows that you're getting value and they help me spread the word. So thank you in advance for doing that. Let's read this small report here on the Shade Room. It says Kandi and Todd ended the year with some breakup news after she filed for divorce. That was sad. It's always sad. Divorce is always sad, right? Now it seems Kandi is trying to get some things straightened out when it comes to parenting and the finances for their children. According to Us Weekly, documents reportedly revealed that last week Kandi filed demanding a hearing be set to determine parenting time and child support as part of a divorce from Todd. Why do you think she's doing that? Why do you think Kandi is doing that? Is it that she just woke up one day and she said, it's time to just go and waste additional time? By the way, Kandi is a singer, American singer. Todd is a husband, production engineer somewhere with it's a production guy. It's a producer. Let's call him a producer. Yeah. So Todd is a professional. He's a professional in his own right. So they were married. They got married, and they were married for what, 12, 13, 11 years, something like that. So they're probably the longest lasting couple on the Housewives of Atlanta. What do you call it? Housewives. It's always struggle to pronounce the Housewives of Atlanta franchise, the reality TV show. All right, so so now they're saying she's filed paperwork in the court. Why am I highlighting this? I just want you to be clear. If you do decide you want to go through divorce, I want you to know that this is not a free ride. Divorce is not your mate. You're probably going to work harder than you worked inside of that marriage. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. You're probably going to work harder than you worked inside of that marriage. Let's know this and let's know peace. Okay, does that mean you shouldn't leave? No, I'm just saying you should be well prepared for that. Sometimes if you're about to go fight war, the best way to win is to actually negotiate. If you go to those courts, they actually force you into some kind of mediation. If you go to any kind of court, they force you to go through in some jurisdiction, I think, they force you to go through some kind of settlements negotiation. And then if you insist that you want coconutted, they can go take you to trial where at least one person will lose, okay? If that's what you want to do, okay? But I'm just letting you know, a lot of people really think that divorce is a free ride. But let me be clear, nobody comes into a marriage to also come there with the intentions to leave. That's not how that works. It's usually because somebody was too prideful and they couldn't hold themselves together and they couldn't get a hold of themselves until they scattered everything. Anyway, let me get back to what I was reading. Sorry. So she's now filing for child support, parenting time. They're looking to sort that out. I'm sure that's going to be a battle too. She reportedly shared that their 2 children have significant monthly expenses, which include their tuition, extracurricular activities, medical bills, nanny, and daily needs. However, she allegedly accused Todd of not contributing to the finances for their children's need. Oops. Ouch. Uh-oh. A lot of people have speculated that Todd is just he's the wife. Okay, quote unquote the wife of the relationship. That he's just after her money. A lot of people have speculated in addition to his own mother-in-law. I forgot her name. Mama something. Mama Joyce, okay. The filing reportedly states Tucker does not exercise parenting time with the minor children on a significant basis despite the facade of his 2 to 3 minute social media videos. Social media don't collect stray bullets. Yay! Chronicling his daddy daycare on his social media platform. Ouch! You know, so, you know, in recent time I've been saying social media is real life, okay? Please, when I say that, please make sure you understand the nuances where I'm coming from. Because now I feel like I'm about to contradict myself. If you don't understand it, that's your wala. What I will get to it when I get to it. I can't finish all the talk in one, okay? When I say social media is real life, I'm just trying to tell you that, hey, the bottom line is take it with a pinch of salt, okay? It depends on what we're talking about. Kandi's lawyer said specifically during the recent Christmas holiday break, Todd Tucker attempted to prohibit the children from traveling to New York to visit Kandi Burruss, even though she had previously incurred costs of travel for the children and provided Todd with significant notice of her intent to exercise parenting time during the children's designated holiday break. As a result, she's requesting that the court establish a custody schedule. You know how you say we want it to be amicable. We want it to be is it non-contested, right? We don't want this to be a fight, right? You know when we say that, but when you enter the matter, you realize that it's real. People start dragging each other. But I never knew. Then people start saying, I didn't know you were like this. I didn't know that you could be so evil. Yeah. Because guess what? Probably Todd is feeling like it's unfair, right? Like, don't be unfair to me. And then Kandi's like, don't be unfair to me. Both of them feel like the other person is not being fair. And of course, they're playing what we call equality. You know how you guys always fantasize about equality. They're equal in the argument, but they can't get anywhere. A few days before Kandi's recent filing, Todd reportedly battled her request for a confidentiality order. He claims she had talked about the divorce with various media outlets. He proceeded to say that he was the one who had refrained from talking about the breakup. It's all coming out to light. There's another report here on the Jasmine brand. It says Todd Tucker fights against Kandi Burruss' effort to seal divorce records. You know, she filed some paperwork to seal the records so that the general public will not see it. Kandi, what are you up to? Why are you doing that? Why don't you want the public to see what is going on? What are you hiding? I feel you though. Again, it's like fighting unfairness against the general public. The social media is not your mate. Isaiah says divorce is never beautiful. No, it is not. And I think men mostly need to understand that, because men swear up and down that women just want to divorce them just because they're not happy. Now, bro, you sound like you're lame. You don't know what is going on. You don't think beyond what is obvious on the surface. Think beyond what is obvious on the surface. No one wants to leave a situation where they're getting value from. This is just across the board. And if they wanted to leave a situation they're getting value from, that means they're weird and they're crazy. Why would you want to be with that person? So it doesn't make any sense, okay, when you think of it that way. But I'm just saying, if you're in a relationship and a marriage with a person and there's issues up and down, it's time to seek the help that you need. That same thing that you don't want to do, which is negotiations, which is rising above the bullshit and coming up with something that works, even though short term it might feel unfair. That's exactly what they're going to put you through when you get to the court. That's what social media is going to drag you through, and then you start to cover shit up, and then, you know, it's impossible, literally, you know. So it's kind of sad that they're going through that. Again, I'm pointing this out so I can encourage you to work on your shit. Don't be so quick to point fingers. If there's a crisis, there's conflict, you're not alone. It happens to the best of us. But the winners always take advantage of it. okay, to solve a problem, and then once they solve that problem, it becomes a tool in your arsenal, okay, that you can use over and over again. You can also coach other people, you can mentor other people to learn how to navigate life. It is not a marriage thing, it's just life thing, okay. No, I say I'm gonna start calling you no. Men refuse to grow thinking the men will remain. I know it's a problem. It's a problem across the board. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are about this one. Hit the like button, share, hit the like, help me like. If you got value from that, please like. Thank you, I appreciate you. I'm gonna keep showing up anyway for ice, okay? But just do me a favor. More people need to keep hearing this stuff. Hit like. Thank you. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We have some other trendy stories around the world. We'll be right back. This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here. Welcome back. How many of you, I say, do you remember this guy, Harrysong? Harrysong admits polygamy. I love many women. Oh, I think we should be happy for him, right? He's figured something out. It must mean he's figured something out, right? Polygamy. He loves polygamy. There's nothing wrong with polygamy. By the way, more and more women have started to buy into polygamy. Okay. The other day, we heard Tiwa Savage and Toke Makinwa. They are open to polygamy. Okay, they're open to polygamy. What's wrong with it? They're using logic. It's just logic. More women than ever before are now open to the idea of polygamy. Right? Why? Because hey, it's just logic. Some of them are even quoting, hey, there's more women in the world. They say no. Some people say no, there's more men in the world. Go and look at Google. Google says there's more men in the world. Or it's almost equal. Say no. Some people take it deeper. They take that conversation, that argument deeper. They say no, it depends on the community. In our community, there are more women, and we need women that can share. Okay, if they can share, then things will be a lot better. We need more women that can share. So if more women share, the world will be harmonious. And then marriages will finally work. There won't be so many divorces everywhere. More struggles everywhere. The argument, these people will never learn. But anyway, according to is it PM Nigerian News, something like that? Yeah. Harrysong opens up on his polygamous relationship. Let me read this to you guys. Nigerian singer Harrysong has opened up on his romantic relationships, revealing that he is currently in an healthy polygamous relationship. That sounds like Neo. Neo too is always. And then whenever I see Neo doing polygamous in public, it's always some of these girls with plastic breast and plastic booty, people that I'm like, wait, is that a human being? I mean, that's a thing. What is going on here? Respectfully. Well, I'm like, are you kidding me? You think? Anyway, I don't know. Maybe young men are finding that. Maybe they're liking it. I don't know. But that doesn't look like, it looks like a lot of shalaye. It looks like a lot of mansplaining to me.
Explain, because no evidence.
Yeah, it looks like somebody who feels the need to explain. We don't care. You can actually have 5, 6, 7, as long as you don't end up in this street. One of them potentially, see me, I already know where this is going to lead to. One of them is going to come out and drag you similar way that Regina is being dragged by Ned. Okay, that's probably what's going to happen. Because if you can't contain your household around one woman, what makes you think you can contain it around multiple? Somebody said, I even heard a whole grown man. This guy has to be 50 plus. I heard him last night say, heartbreak and healing is only for monogamous people. I'm like, Jesus Christ. That has got to be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. I really want to be nice. I tried to be nice. But that's got to be the dumbest thing I've heard in my life. Healing and breakfast. I think the way he said is that breakfast, that means heartbreak. Heartbreak and healing is only for monogamous people. I'm like, wow. So much depth. No sense. Let me read this, Jerry. Polygamy is not bad because where will a 40 or 50s get hobby? The issue is that the issue is not even polygamy at all. Simply the same reason why monogamy was not the issue, right? Monogamy was not the issue. Polygamy is not the issue. That's the problem here. You know. The thought that polygamy is going to solve anybody's relational issues is a laughing, joking thingy, something, okay? It's just a laughing something. But anyway, let me read this. I'm digressing way too much, okay? They said the singer made this revelation. Okay, well, first of all, he's opened up about his romantic relationships, revealing that he's currently in an unhealthy polygamous relationship. The reality is that he's Harrysong. He's a popular guy, and he's going to attract more than enough women that will be willing to, for crying out loud, Portable has like 3 wives. That's easy. The easiest thing to have multiple wives, okay? If you're somebody who is well off, you have a few change in your pocket, you can have multiple wives in Nigeria, okay? That's easy. And they will live happily ever after. but when they get comfortable, they will still show you shege. I don't know if you saw that Ashabi, one of Portable's wife, just called the police on him the other day, according to reports. Okay, I don't know how true it is, but polygamy in the Poto. But anyway, the singer made this revelation while speaking with Yanga FM. He disclosed that his partners are aware of the kind of relationship they are in. See, he doesn't want to give that girl, this girl right here, doesn't want to give the kind of shine. You know, he fell in love with this young lady. Dark skin, chocolate, fell in love with her, but this girl drag her, show her shege. I show him shege, Jerry. I don't know, I don't remember what happened there. All I know is that the guy chopped breakfast. So now, similar to how Neo chopped breakfast, so now he wants to do polygamy.
Not be juju be that.
All right. Anyway, that's Harrysong right there for you. So he says, I'm currently in a polygamous relationship. This is a quote, direct quote. Currently in a polygamous relationship. Every one of his current girlfriends is acquainted with all the others. They are all doing well, and we are happy. Every one of my current girlfriends, they typo, I guess, according to PM Nigeria News Nigeria, they are all doing fine, and we are happy. We are happy people. Everybody is being treated right and respectfully. Everyone willing join. No one was forced. Neo, how did I know that I was going to quote Neo? Oh my God, he just quoted Neo. There's nothing more lame than quoting Neo. Oh my God. By the way, I'm not against polygamy. If you followed me long enough, you know I'm not against it. I just don't think you can. I think in this modern times, it's just patch. And that's not going to work long term. Okay. I can with my full chest predict that for you as we move into the future. No one was forced. Neo has 3 wives. Just do whatever makes you happy. So don't force your opinion on anyone. The issue is that these things are not this. It is a matters of the heart. It has nothing to do with tangible countables. It has nothing to do with that. But who is going to tell him? Who's going to tell him? I'm just saying this to my own prestige family. Please, if you want to do polygamy, do it with your full chest. But do not think you can use it to patch. If you have issues in your romantic life, polygamy is not going to solve it. Guaranteed. It's only going to make it worse, okay? It's only going to make you worse. Please know this and know peace. Let me read some comments. Real quick. Let me read Isaiah's comments first. You see, he is dumb. Nothing like polygamous relationships. Another Abgu. Hey, God have mercy. God have mercy, oh. They won't have peace if done out of selfishness. See, this apology of a guy mocked a fellow man of having small bola. Is that bola? His huge one couldn't hold his marriage. See, huge bola, no, they hold marriage either. All right. Shout out to Harrysong. Yeah, polygamy doesn't solve your breakfast issues. You better go and learn the skills you need to learn. If you're still able to pull off polygamy in that, sure, there's nothing wrong with that. But it had nothing to do with the issue you had with that young lady before, with this young lady right here. It had nothing to do with it. Oh, if she was sharing, she won't have time for bullshit. Yeah, right. Okay, some of them end up sleeping with the gate man and driver, and you will still chop breakfast nonetheless. Anyway, do me a favor, let me know what your thoughts are about that. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Let's move on to some other trendy stories around the world. I'll be right back. This is Ola Akman of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here. Let's listen to this video from Comedienne Princess and then we'll talk.
Happy New Year. In this video, I'll be calling out Pastor Bolaji, Pastor Philip Olubakin, Pastor Jerry Eze, Apostle Selma, and Apostle Femi Lazarus. Yes, I'm sure you all know that as you have congregants, physical ones, you also have people who follow you and listen to you online. And I've heard so many things from you. You have to fast, pray, don't be lazy, be bold. Always read your Bible, always back up whatever you say with actions, which is why I'm making this video. And I'll be tagging you, so please, when you see this video, help me tag them. I'm single, yes. Even though I'm divorced, at least I'm single. And I have sent messages to a few of you or commented on your videos to say, help a sister. There must be a responsible, kind man in your congregation that is at least maybe in his 40s or early 50s. Help a sister. And a lot of people come under those comments, they mock me, some of them make fun of me, some of them, whatever. But I'm doing this video because we can't just be praying and fasting now, we'll back it up with action. So Pastor Philip Olubakin, Pastor Bolaji Dowu, Pastor Jerry Eze, Apostle Joshua Selma, Apostle Femi Lazarus, are you saying that in your whole church, as in all the branches, there is not one man that is responsible and kind? How bad now? That's why I decided to do this video, because this 2026, I remember one sermon that Pastor Balaji did. You will say, you'll be praying, God, when the man comes, you now say, hi God, what is this? Me that I didn't say, what is this thing called? You said we should not lock our DM. We didn't lock. But I asked for you to take action at least. So this January 2026, I am begging the 5 of you, spare me 30 minutes to go through the list of people in your church that are single, that are men, responsible and kind, in their 40s or early 50s. You don't have to do anything, just send me their Instagram and I will take it from there. Because normally, if somebody is pregnant, 9 months they will put to bed. So as I've done this video this January now, let's say end of September or October, we should be doing something like engagement or mommy. Please, I want you to take it serious. That's why I've done this video. And if nothing is done this month, next month I want to share another video and I'll be tagging people. I don't mind doing sponsored posts though, because let it not be, you have said it. You people, you should pray fast. You should faith. We've done that. So I've snapped what you have said. You say we should take action. I've snapped it. Chakam. Not that later now I will go into the world and find somebody. You will now be saying, we should not be equally yoked with This now that want to be yoked with our fellow brothers. So, because all your teachings that we've been following, for those of us that have been traumatized, maybe due to one disappointment or the other, now that we are bold, it took me long to get where I am now, to even be able to say that, okay, maybe I will try again. So you see, as I want to try, so Pastor Bolaji, Pastor Philip, you people, you have to try with me. Oh, just send me their handles or send them my handle. Abiba, tag me under even the brother's post. And if you're watching this video and your name comes into my DM from any of these men or any other person that can say, okay, I know this person, the person is responsible or kind. You don't know anything. That is it. If you have me in your life, if you have me in your life, if you have been enjoying goodness before, you want to enjoy greatness. I'm not even, like, I'm not capping. You have to clock that greatness. I know people that I can call, like, you can ask them that, is what this lady, Mo Teshere, the moment I enter your life like this, you know what they call maximum peace of mind on endless, limitless wealth and blessings. Yellow fair bossy. So prepare yourself. You can be, if you are a widower or if you are divorced or if you are single, please, oh, if you are separated, I don't want somebody that is separated. So it's separated, the more are complicated. Divorce is divorce. That's everybody have shared the gari they have go. Separated is back and forth in Fewala. So Pastor Philip Olubakin, Apostle Femi Lazarus, Pastor Bolaji Do.
Wait,
you need to do something ASAP. I'm going to tag you in this video. So as you are praying tonight, you want to kabash, you want to fast, you will be putting my name, or you will check the list of church members. Okay, look for somebody that is responsible, that is kind, in their 40s or in their early 50s, and DM me or tag me. And for those of you that are waiting to come under this post to mock me,
oh,
I wish you 7 times whatever you wish me. You don't come under my post to mock me. Mo, you know you are not living in bondage. Mo, the more page me last man telling me, keep telling me show. Order to slower. And it about telling me in a negative way. Only those following me for positivity, looking for my goodness and mercy will follow you 7 times. So don't follow me to come and be mocking me. If not, so that's it. So that's
wow.
Video. So please, I'm ready, okay? So that by September, October, I'll be okay.
Wow.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to Princess. Wow. I'm speechless. After what? That was like a 5 minutes plus video. I'm speechless. You know, it has to take a lot of courage to do that. Now, it took a lot of courage to do that. Is it going to be effective? It's really what we need to be talking about. That's what we talk about here, right? And to be frank with you, honestly, I don't know. You know, the rules are changing. The rules are changing. You can find love anywhere. And how you find love right now is not really the issue. It's really the main issue is, can you sustain love? That's really the main issue. Because people that find it the whatever right way is in, are they able to sustain it? I do think there's game. I do think there's social intelligence. I do think there's a wiser and wisest way to put yourself out there. But I mean, this has taken a lot of courage for her. And she's a good-looking woman. So, you know, I'm sure that people that are closer to her will probably find her attractive, even beyond just looks, right? But let me see what people are saying, you know. Somebody said, as you have come out to ask of a man, may God bless you with the husband for your heart desire. Pardon my manners. Let me read Isaiah's comment first. Isaiah says, at every stage in life, she said, at every stage in life, she should go for polygamy and a divorcee or widower. And Isaiah says, where is that your controversial friend, Femi or so? Who is that? I don't know who you're talking about. I have controversial friends. Uncle Beno. Uncle Beno is like probably my controversial friend I can think of right now. Like who? Uncle Kidola. That's a married man. Who are you talking about? Can you remind me? Maybe give me some hints. I can't think of anybody right now. Abi Bishop, APC Bishop. I don't think that's what you're talking about. But anyway, yeah. Let me see if there's another comment here. Somebody say, at least she's sincere with her request. God grant your heart desire. Oh, see, people are being nice. They say a closed mouth leads to a closed destiny. That's why I said it takes courage, But what I will tell you is that what she is doing right now in your private life, in your inner circle, in your circle of influence, in your immediate circle of influence, there's nothing wrong with that. Let people know that, hey, I'm open. Just let people know. It's okay. Let people know I'm open to, if you meet somebody that you think is nice, I'm open to exchanging numbers and having a conversation. And like I said, it's just an exposure, it's visibility, right? Just like you would, I know it's different from business to personal relationships, but I'm just telling you, like, right now, things are changing, okay? Life is evolving, and you just never know where love could come from. So shout out to her, I wanted to put that out there just in case you want to go find Comedienne Princess and slide in a DM, sure. Do her the honors. It comes with sometimes to talk against Niger women. On this platform, I can't. That's not Uncle Beno. Who's that? I haven't really done engaging in the chat in a while, so maybe that's why I can't remember. But keep trying. I don't remember anybody right now that outrightly talks against Niger women. I don't remember right now. Anyway, hit the like button. Let's move on to some other trendy stories around the world. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I'll be right back. This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here. All right, let's talk about this story here about Akwa Ibom and Nigerian women. I guess they're citizens in Akwa Ibom. 10 years jail. Akwa Ibom law on women who have affairs sparks outrage. All right, let me see. Femi or Kia, whatever Yoruba guy through. I don't remember. Tunde, I know Tunde. Tunde did not come here like that. Tunde has been maybe 1 time, 2 times. I know Tunde from Clubhouse. That's the only person I can think of. K. Nah. I don't remember. Ice. Hit me up in the DMs. 10 years jail. Let me see what they're talking about. Akwa Ibom law, according to Instablog Nigeria, I'm reading that from here. So Akwa Ibom lawmakers propose 10-year jail term for women who have affairs with married men. Oh, women who have affairs with married men. The Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly is preparing to consider a bill that seeks to criminalize sexual relationships involving married men and unmarried women. Wait, what about married women and unmarried men? Yeah, what about those? What about just make it bashaga across the board, as in like adultery across the board? What is so peculiar about this? Let me see. Arise News actually carried it too. Say Akwa Ibom Assembly debunks. Oh, they debunked it. Oh, okay. All right. So they debunked it. They debunked it. So okay. All right. So, but I still want to read it. If it went viral, somebody must be thinking it. So let's see. Let's see about it. Nonetheless, let me read it. So this is the original rumor here. It says they seek to criminalize sexual relationships involving married women and unmarried. No, wait. What's wrong with my thing here? Married men and unmarried women. The proposed legislation was reviewed by lawyer Obiavel Albert Abigo in a Facebook post on Monday. Who is that lawyer? According to him, the bill is sponsored by the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Senator Akong Inyang. Is that a woman or man? No, Akon. That sounds like a man, right? The bill states that any young girl, lady, or woman who engages in a sexual relationship with a married man would be committing an offense under state law. If found guilty, the woman would face a mandatory 10-year prison sentence with no option of a fine. The married man involved, however, would not face jail time. Okay. But would require to pay a 2 million naira fine. Abigail wrote, the bill's content specifies that any woman found guilty of engaging in sexual relationship with a married man will face a mandatory 10-year prison sentence without an option of a fine. He added that the bill is expected to be passed into law when it comes up for consideration at the House plenary session on Tuesday. The proposed law has already raised questions about fairness, enforcement, and gender balance, with many Nigerians calling for deeper debate before any final decision is made. This life, nawa. But by the way, it has been debunked, but let's talk about it. So, according to Arise News, they have debunked. They said the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has dismissed a false and misleading viral social media report claiming that the legislature is considering a bill to criminalize sexual relationships with married men. In a press release issued on Monday, the Assembly said its attention had been drawn to a fabricated report facilitating on social media, alleging that the House is set to pass a bill criminalizing sexual relationships with married men. The report allegedly originating from a Facebook post by one Obiavel, claimed that the proposal. Okay, so they debunked it. But let me see what the comments are saying. The comments: the only way to describe it is wow. Then somebody said, women don't too suffer for this country. So I said, what about politicians who embezzle public funds? Leave that in. It is their birthright. Proposed, I'm joking though. Okay. Proposed by men who commit adultery. If that was proposed by anybody, it's probably some men out there who hate. Do you know there's some men that hate the guts of people who commit adultery? They hate their guts. Did you know that? Oh yeah, there are some men out there. Don't be shocked. I'm telling you, there are men out there who hate adulterers, including men. So they could be fantasizing about the idea of moralizing sexual relationship. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, once and for all, moralizing sexual relationships is one of the lamest things you can do, or you can obsess over as a personal person. I understand when it comes to society and stuff like that, we can come up with laws to help our society be better. But at a personal level, you need to understand that you cannot moralize these things. You can try, but human beings know they care. You see, how do I tell you like this? A good conji does not care about your nonsense morals, regardless of what position you hold, including Pastor Chris. I didn't say Pastor Chris did anything. I'm just telling you, including pastors. It doesn't matter. You want people to stay with you and do the right thing. The environment needs to be conducive. If it's not, they will cheat, they will steal, they will lie, they will do all the wrong things, and they will justify it later. They will actually, maybe not justify, but they will attempt to justify it. I'm just letting you know. See, this obsession over moralizing this behavior is not going to work. What we need to focus on making the environment conducive for people to do the right thing. Okay, human beings, you can't put them on that pedestal where they're just always thinking straight line and always looking at doing the right thing. I want to do the right thing. I'm sure you want to do the right thing, but I'm also sure you're not perfect and you've done the wrong thing sometimes. And you beat yourself, you smack yourself, and you're like, why did I do that? But then you keep finding yourself coming back to it, even though you are trying your hardest. That thing, yeah, not polygamy, not manshaga, not agbiri, not those things that you hate. Those other things that you tend to excuse, that you know is bad, but you have a tendency to excuse it. Narcissistic behavior, but you're internally justifying it, but you know it's wrong. Yeah, that thing, yeah. But guess what? If you focus on the environment, if you focus on the kind of friends you surround yourself with, if you focus on the kind of friendship you keep, the people that will help you do the right thing, if you understand that that has more power than your intentionality around your righteousness, then you probably will do the right thing, most likely. I'm just letting you know. Understand leverage. When it comes to life in general, there's only so much you can do by yourself. But leverage takes you further. Winners always think about leverage. They think about my environment. They think about the environment, the kind of friends I keep, the kind of circle of influence around me, the kind of mentorship I keep, the kind of platforms I go to. They understand that those things are much more powerful in terms of helping them do the right thing or not. But losers always count on their own righteousness. Filthy rag. Filthy rag. Let me see. And y'all wonder why we advocate for feminism. See, for me, I probably would have guessed, because I didn't until I was here on this show. But I probably would have, if I took longer to really process before I come on the show, I would probably have guessed that it's probably fake. Because again, the idea of moralizing sexual relationship is just weird. Okay, I'm talking about at the government level. In your family, how you were raised, how you were in your church, yes, sure. Okay, but the reality is that in those churches, they are committing the worst atrocities when it comes to sexual immorality. There's a reason why it is written inside of the Bible. It's because the Bible knows that human beings are not your mate. All right, so if you want to do the right thing, you don't want to cheat, you don't want to steal, you don't want to lie. When I say cheating, I'm not talking about just sexually. I'm talking about doing things behind your partner that you wouldn't do in front of them. You want to do more of that. Set yourself up so that the environment is easier. Make sure you're not don't go into the strip club in the middle of the night in Atlanta thinking you're going to keep a straight face and just do, like, come on. Your environment has that much power, a lot more power on you than your let's not be stupid, is my point. Okay, the woman will face 10-year jail term, but the married man will pay 2 million naira fine. Almost the way lawmakers in Nigeria think is so irritating. Give them a benefit of the doubt. See, it's been debunked. After all, you're wrong. Of my show. Anyway, do me a favor. Isa says, what a joke. Women don't cheat with women. See, that's another angle. All right, do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We have some other trendy stories around the world. I'll be right back. This is Ola, man of prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag, yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here. Welcome back. Let's talk about how power is quietly changing modern love. Okay, this is very, 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 very important. If you notice, I've been coming up with some of these lessons because I really this is my life work. I want people to have better relationships, not just romantic relationships. Of course, we'll always use that angle because I think that's what people are struggling with for the most part, but just relationships in general. But yes, your romantic relationships as well. Power dynamics is a big deal, and most people struggle around it. They struggle around it. Even if it's just struggle, at least we will know they will know they are struggling. But actually, most people are unaware about it. Why do people fight against unfairness in relationship, in personal relationships? It's because they are super unaware about power dynamics in relationship. Okay. If you cannot focus on those two things at the same time, it's very difficult. I guess you can, but it's very difficult to focus on understanding power dynamics in relationship, but fighting for fairness in relationship at the same time. You know, because if you're fighting for fairness, you already concluded that the other person has more power than you, all right? And you're literally fighting to take that power, right? No. If it was you were fighting to take the power, it would even be better. But you're fighting for them to give you some power, and power is never going to be given. Power has to be taken. It's either you know what you're doing or you don't know what you're doing. So the cycle of unfairness or obsession with fairness is perpetuated because it's coming from a mindset that's always fighting against fairness. Should we be fair? Yes. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. So listen carefully. Okay, listen attentively. Going to bonjour. All right, power point number 105. Power always shows when love is tested. Okay, love is beautiful when you're in love in the beginning. When you fall in love with a person, love is beautiful, of course, right? But it only lasts for so long before it gets tested. When it gets tested, then power shows up. Okay. Case in point examples: Regina and Ned, right? I was about to cover a story about Elon and some other lady today. Elon was looking to take the custody of his baby away from one of the ladies. Power, when love is tested, then you will see shiggy. You will see how power comes to play. Love is easy, or seems easy, when there's an agreement, when there's a united front. We talked about united front over the past few days here, right? But when there's an issue, then power shows up. When there's a conflict, you start seeing people trying to pull their power. Sometimes you call it narcissistic behavior, sometimes you call it gaslighting, you call it all these different names, but it's really just power tussle back and forth. It's really just power dynamics showing its nose. And if you don't know what you're doing, then there's a problem. So see, you don't see who has power when things are good, because they're sharing that power with you effortlessly, right? You see it when someone says no, then suddenly it feels like it's unfair, and then suddenly you feel like you need to fight to take some of that power back, or like I said, you're fighting for them to give you some of that power. But me and you know that that's not going to happen. Okay, it's either you take it. When you take it, well, it almost seems like you step on their toes too, and then they start crying wolf, and they start to cry that it's unfair too, and then you have this back and forth that's very, very toxic. Let's go to power point. Why do I keep saying power? Point number 2 of 5. Desire is being rebranded as lifestyle. What are we talking about? We're talking about how power is quietly changing modern love. Today, desire is being rebranded as lifestyle. Sometimes you hear people also call it, it's transactional. Love is always transactional. It's English you are speaking, okay? You see, what I'm talking about right now is actually about that Harrysong story, okay? Where people think just changing lifestyle is going to solve an internal problem, internal battles. It will not, okay? What used to be called indulgence is now becoming a choice. People change terminologies. They start changing English words to think that will solve for the actual issue. But you never did the root cause analysis. You don't even know what is actually going on. You blame it on money. You blame it on infidelity. But you don't have the patience to really understand at a human psychology level what is actually going on within your relationship. If you don't, then what happens? You prescribe the wrong solution for the wrong problem, right? So the issue that most people are dealing with is often identity, right? Internal battles, okay? Internal identity battles, but they want to use I'm going to go to what do you call it? I'm going to go to Brazil, go to Thailand. I'll go to the village and go and bring a wife. Baba, you go collect. So again, not every desire deserves a permanent label. I'm just letting you know right now, the rebranding that you've seen across the board, oftentimes people arguing semantics, trying to camouflage that as lifestyle. That's going to be a problem. Me and you can be arguing back and forth about one word, but that word has nothing to do with the actual internal battles. So I want you to start paying attention to that as we move into this modern era of love. When desire becomes when desire becomes an identity, discipline becomes oppression. There are always at least two or more people involved. Just keep that at the back of your mind. So when you're going back and forth with semantic-based arguments, the other person is probably interpreting something else entirely. Let's move on to point number 3 of 5. Public image now competes with private truth. You can also replace that private truth with internal truth, right? The actual reality. Reality should be enough. Why am I saying the actual reality? I actually had a young man almost argue with me about what reality is. Like, is this not reality? And then he started going, I probably would have gotten to a place I would just leave him alone, to be honest with you. But because I could use the word reality, but it's context matters, right? And if you're not capable of listening to context, you're just lame. And if I'm not your father, I'm not always going to be available to teach you or to pull you out of lameness. Okay? So, but public image, what we care about, we all care about what we look like on the outside to an extent. But you don't want to be obsessed over that to the extent where you are replaced, where you are obsessed with that, and you're not. There's a conflict between that and what you're actually battling inside. That is now affecting relationship more than ever before. Before, we had enough in our environment, the community, the family, that could help us sustain even when we make a boo-boo. But these days, the individualistic thing, everybody each to their own, do what works for you. It is at all-time high. So you want to make sure that you're grounded very well in the real truth, right? The internet. Don't lie to yourself in front of a mirror. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? Don't lie to yourself, because if you lie to me, I will always tell you that you're right.
Well, you're right.
Because I'm going to take it as your story. I'm going to respectfully honor your story. But then I can't help you if you're lying to yourselves or to yourself. It's very, very important. So public image is now competing with private truth. Let's be careful. Make sure you do the much needed self-work and be grounded in the true self. It needs to come from the inside out, not the other way around. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. If it makes sense, please make sure you hit the like button. If it doesn't, ask questions. Point number 4 or 5, laws can't fix broken values. Another way of saying that is that you cannot moralize your broken relationship. Or somebody dump you, they start sleeping with the driver, or they slept with the gate man. I mean, they dump you for a big guy like Nedunwoko. Laws is not going to fix that. Whoever is fantasizing about that story that we read from Akwa and is creating that story, get over yourself. It's not going to happen. It's not sustainable. The government cannot afford to be sponsoring stupid bills. You're responsible for your own personal relationship. There's just too much of it going on, and they can't be worrying about that. As long as you're safe for yourself and other people and for the general public, that's all they care about. And if you take your matters into family court, you go collect. Woto. If you don't know how to resolve your issues, if you can't figure it out, if you can't seek the help you need to help negotiate outside of the courtroom, you go collect, because that's not what they do. Again, like I said, laws cannot fix broken values, okay? You can punish behavior, but you cannot heal desire. What people want is what they want. Laws manage chaos. By the time it becomes chaos, is long after it started internally, okay? Laws are not going to help you with internal personal moral values, character, those kind of things. Not so much. It's only when it starts hurting the public that they care. Okay, at that point, obviously they have to care. That's what they get paid. That's what they take taxes for. But to be helping you resolve your issue, they will charge you to help you, to force you back to settlement. And then if you still can't figure it out, and then you go collect, they start charging you child support, and it continues to get messier. So nobody wins when you end up in those court system. Okay, so let's just know this and know peace. All right. Fear, they might create a little bit of fear. Fear can stop action. But when it comes to actual loyalty, which is what you're looking for in a personal relationship, fear actually works against that. You want people to want to be a part of you because they want to, not because you force them using the law. Gentlemen, stop advocating for stupid shit. That's not sustainable. Okay? Excuse me. You can scare people into obedience, but you can't scare them into love. Let's move on to last but not least. We're talking about, again, what are we talking about? We're talking about how power is quietly changing modern love. This has always been this way, but it's more highlighted than ever before. That's why you see more numbers at divorce court than 60 years ago. It doesn't mean people were not dumping people or going back to their father's house. It just means we have more data. That's all it means. In every society, every era, there was always a loser and there was a winner. You will be a winner in Jesus' name. Amen. Point 5 of 5. Modern dating is confused about roles. I want you to know that there's a confusion going on. So yes, you might have to define, redefine. You might have to learn, unlearn, relearn. Okay, because even our parents are just as confused about what is going on right now, just as much as we are. When I say we, I'm generalizing, right? They're just as confused. They couldn't help you. The only thing they might use to say, okay, kneel down and just beg your husband and go back home. You know that's not going to work. If it works short term, it's not going to work long term. I hope you already know this. Please know this and know peace. So, okay. The reality is that people want freedom and security at the same time. People want certainty and variety at the same time. Hey, welcome to the real world. It's always been that way. Human beings are confused, okay? They want options without the responsibility. It's not just women. Stop saying that to yourself. It's every human being. We want options, but we don't want the responsibility. But that's why we have civilization. We create guardrails around that so that we don't self-destruct. Okay. People want tradition when it benefits them, and they want modernization or modernity when it doesn't benefit them. Most people don't want a role, especially in your romantic life. They don't want a role. They want the advantage. Okay, they want an advantage. They want to feel like they're winning. So what can you do to create more winning opportunities? Do exactly that. Create winning opportunities for both, for all, right? Identify the value you're getting from them, and then put yourself at rest that you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing that for. You actually have a reward, at least long term. Okay, short term, sometimes, especially in conflict and crisis, if you feel like it's unfair, don't be obsessed with fighting against unfairness. What that looks like most time is that you're fighting your partner and you are basically shooting yourself on the legs. If you have any questions around what we've covered today, do me a favor. Hit the like button, share, subscribe first, and then comment your questions. I can also turn your questions into content. Okay, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Happy New Year to you, Glamola, and all Prestige family. Thank you. I appreciate you for being here. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notification. Help me share this, I beg. Thank you. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. God bless. Peace. This is Ola Akman of Prestige, your favorite relationship and marriage coach. If you enjoyed this, smash that like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs it. Be a part of the Prestige family. My wife Lola and I have written 2 powerful books, Get My Marriage Back and Number 1 Red Flag. Yours free at manofprestige.com. For personal coaching, send me a WhatsApp request for consultation to +1 732 305 8577. Stay tuned for more. Your journey to love and prestige starts here.